What makes you more successful than another agent? What specifically are you doing that sets you apart from somebody else?
I connect with people the first time I visit them. I really like what he was saying. When I sit down with a senior, I'm going over the state, federal, and private programs, and I actually do a good job. I'm a teacher by profession, and I teach them basically one-on-one, 101 on turn 65. I go through, I show them how to get free legal services. I show them the Florida Shine program, which kind of blows you guys out of the water because they're counseling to do Medicare Advantage, Medicare Supplement outside of an agency. It's not my lane. My lane is credibility. How do I get a connection with a person, get them good information, I give them a living will, medical directive, I put it in place, and I go over Medicare spending. Medicare spend down is the tool that I use to unlock information that gets me to the topic I want to talk to. If the tires are all flat in that car, I pull over to the breakdown lane and write down expense. If that's not there, on the last subject, some people will, some people won't. So what next? If you can understand the most important aspect in sales is you have a next. What's next? All of these guys that are sitting up here have a pipeline of next, not leftovers, next. So, and I think we'll all agree on that. If you're constantly looking forward and you have a system that's driving traffic, that's fresh, don't fall in love with a stack of old leads. Keep moving. You got to keep swimming.
It's great. Oh man, so many things to be said here, but just to pick the most important, as an insurance agent, we live and die by our leads. If you don't have a way to get in front of people, none of this really matters. So I'll say this from a general perspective. Sales skills, being really a good communicator, being good looking, none of that really matters all that much. It gives you like a tiny edge when you're in the house maybe. You either have to do one of these things or both of these things to be successful in insurance. You have to have work ethic so that you do more activity than other people, preferably, and you're persistent and consistent. Technically, if you're persistent and consistent, but you don't run as many appointments, long term you'll still make it in this business, because I've had stretches where I still worked the system every week, but I wasn't working it as hard as I should. So anyway, the combination of those two things, it's just work ethic and then persistently over time and consistently doing that same system is the only way to be successful in insurance.
Amen.
How many of you have ever listened to Howard Stern? Raise your hand, please. So we all know who he is. He said something maybe 15 years ago that sticks with me. He was talking to his audience, and here we have the most successful radio DJ of all time. His father was brutal and abused him. Told him he was never going to amount to anything and he was just going to be crap and he didn't have the voice and he's stupid. Well, I didn't have that, but what Howard was saying is he was afraid of the fear of failure. And with me, I've got 2 young kids that I love with all my heart. It hurts me to think that for the last 23 years as a fitness trainer, I wasn't doing more for my family. And now that I feel like, it's funny, it's insurance, because who wanted to be an insurance agent, right? But as an insurance agent, now that I'm out there kicking butt and taking names and helping these seniors, I go home every night and I'm insecure. I worry about not doing well enough for my family. What I'm trying to say is, I've got a fire under my ass. And I'm 48. It's time to save. It's time to do well. And one thing I can tell you about most of the guys in this room, I know Matt. I don't know about Kenny. Kenny's got a family. Evan's a young freak. Guy doesn't have kids yet. He's not married. He's got a fire, and that's unbelievable what he's doing. But a lot of us have had some financial pain. And we're ready just to do well. We got that fire. And so for me, what separates me from other agents, I set my own goals. I got a whiteboard, and boy, I better meet those goals. I'm out there trying to do well for my family, and that has sent me to the top.
The question was, what separates us? Okay. What makes me unique? Dude, I just work hard. Like anybody here, anybody sitting in this room could do what I did, and anybody can do what these fellas did as well. Sorry guys. We just go to work and we want it really, really freaking bad. But this isn't a business where like you have to be 6 foot to play basketball. You have to be like a really good, pretty young singer to be successful. It doesn't matter what you look like, it doesn't matter where you came from, it doesn't matter if you have an accent, it doesn't matter if you're young, it doesn't matter if you're old, it doesn't matter if you got kids, it doesn't matter if you're balding, it doesn't freaking matter. You're here to help people, help them save money, and they don't care what you look like. Treat them right, treat them with respect, and you're gonna be completely fine. You just gotta get out there and work.